The game of the Goose or Goose Game is a board game with uncertain origins. Some people connect the game with the Phaistos Disc. Others claim that it was originally a gift from Francesco I de' Medici of Florence to King Philip II of Spain sometime between 1574 and 1587. In June 1597, John Wolfe had attested that the game existed in London. It is thought to be the prototype for many of the commercial European racing board games of recent centuries. The game is mostly played in Europe and seen as family entertainment. Commercial versions of the game appeared in the 1880s and 1890s, and feature typical old European characteristics such as an old well and children in clothes from the period. In the 1960s, the game company CO5 marketed a variant called Goose's Wild. The aim of the game is to reach square number 63 before any of the other players, with obstacles such as the inn, the bridge, death and many more. The age range is 4 years old and above. The amount of players ranges from 2 to 4. It is normally started by the youngest player. Description: the board consists of a track with consecutively numbered spaces, and is often arranged in a spiral with the starting point at the outside. Each player's piece is moved according to throws of 1 or 2 dice. Scattered throughout the board are a number of spaces on which a goose is depicted. Landing on a goose allows the player to move again by the same distance. Additional shortcuts, such as spaces marked with a bridge, move the player to some other specified position. There are also a few penalty spaces which force the player to move backwards or lose one or more turns. The most recognizable being the one marked with a skull and symbolizing death. Landing on this space results in the player being sent back to start. On Spanish boards, the reverse is usually a purchase board. In worldwide culture, in Jacques Offenbach's comic opera La Belle Hélène, the Greek kings sing about and play a game of the goose and argue over cheating. In his 1899 novel Le Testament d'un Eccentrique, Jules Verne uses the United States as a giant real-life game of the goose board, on which 7 players race each other in pursuit of a $60 million inheritance. In Roger Martin Dugard's novel The Tableaux, Monsieur Cazal, the proprietor of a store that markets various inventions, mentions that one of his designers has created a portable jeu de la des Alliés imprinted with scenes from the Battle of the Marne, de Romont, and other battles of World War I. In Ursula Dubosarski's novel for children, The Game of the Goose, 3 children find an old copy of The Game of the Goose in a Salvation Army store, and have magically transforming adventures while playing it. The game was the basis for a game and stunt show in Italy named El Grande Gioco de Loca, as well as the near-identical Spanish version, El Gran Juego de la Roca. The Spanish version ran from 1993 to 1995, and again in 1998 as El Nuevo Juego de la Roca.